Hello there, Scorpio. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your love and romance reading for the time of Venus moving through Gemini and also in our current retrograde pattern that we are in right now. I hope you guys are doing great. It's wonderful, as always, to see you. If you're a brand new subscriber or have just come into the channel for the first time, welcome and thank you so much for joining me. And also, if you are already subscribed or have been watching me for a while, I'm always so glad to have you back. If you have not yet done so, I always do invite you to hit that subscribe button and join the dragon family. Also give it that dragon claw up by clicking the like button and let me know that you enjoy this content. As always, guys, the first few quick notes to get through before we start any reading, that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Scorpio out there. And so if this makes sense to you and it feels right to you, then it is meant to be yours. If the messages just don't resonate, no matter how much you try to fit them in, it's totally okay. Just kick them on out to another Scorpio out there. This will mostly correspond with your Scorpio Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. So do check the positions of your birth chart to find out more information. You can watch the other readings as well once you know the positions of the planets in your personal natal. Also, this is for all Scorpio cross-watchers, those of you who are watching for a Scorpio. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, would like to make a donation to the channel, or are interested in any of the card decks that I use throughout my reading sessions, I always post all those links and info down there in the description box, y'all. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the first time I am doing love and romance specific readings on YouTube. I have been doing these for many years with my regular clients and my students, but I had not done them yet for YouTube. So I'm very excited to get started doing this. Relationships are a big part of my work, obviously. Many times if you've watched my general reads, you know that that love energy many times does come up in the generals as well. So this is going to be just for you and your honey. So yes, Scorpio, you guys, I'm just going to give you a few notes about the astrology because I am an astrologer as well as a tarot reader. So I'm always down with the planets. So forgive me if this is kind of like, you know, you just want the cards. But I just want to make a few notes on this because you know, Venus doesn't go retrograde that often, and when it does, we really notice it because it only happens about every 2 years, and we really go through a lot of big review time in our relationships. And Scorpio, Venus is moving through your universal house of the 8th, which is your house. The 8th sign is Scorpio, so that 8th house is Scorpio energy and the place that it's moving through. So absolutely, you guys, this Venus retrograde energy is bringing up so much depth emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, of maybe things that even you thought had been long gone or buried, or maybe you thought that they had really healed but they hadn't, or maybe there's scar tissue, and these elements are coming back up to be reviewed, to look at them again. You know, Venus being in the sign of Gemini definitely activates our mind, our communication, the way we think, the way we talk and express ourselves. So I would say that for a lot of my Scorpios out there, when it comes to the energy of relationships, whether you're single, coupled, in separation, no matter what your you know, or if you've just left something behind, whatever your current relationship status is, you know, there's a lot of activation in that deep emotional, psychological body where it's like you feel like, I have got to talk about this. Finally, I have got to let it out. And Scorpio, we know nobody holds those secrets and emotions down like y'all. You just don't. And so sometimes, you know, it's like this is just time to get it out there and express it, clear the air. It's a big communication time for everybody with Venus moving through Gemini. It will be there until August 8th. The retrograde itself of Venus will be over on June the 25th. So, Scorpio, let's go ahead and get on into your cards. I'm going to pull a theme for what is happening currently in your relationship life. What is the overall feeling or energy that's coming through? Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the sun, moon, Venus, and rising sign of Scorpio as we do their love and romance reading for Venus in Gemini and the retrograde 2020. Please protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. Whew. All right, Scorpio, so look at this beautiful card, you know, with the keyword of stillness. So no matter what your relationship status is, this is your current theme. To me, this card really makes me think about the star card in the tarot, something about that beautiful kind of deep blue and the starry night and that peaceful water. So to me, this is about quieting the inner voices, you know, the ego, whatever it is that just runs round and round and round in your head, and really accessing your deeper soul, your deeper self, really connecting with that, because there's great healing in this card. There's great balance and overcoming challenges in that stillness card. It's so beautiful. So whether you're in a relationship right now, whether you're single, this is a time of some soul searching and really coming to a calm, more still, peaceful, serene place within your spirit. So let's pull from the major arcana. We're going to first pull a card that symbolizes you in this relationship dynamic. And look at that, Scorpio, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, so there is movement here. I really like that for you, especially because our Wheel of Fortune does include your sign. It includes all of the fixed modality signs. It's Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius, so you are part of the Wheel of Fortune here. And to me, that always means that the wheel is moving forward in your favor. If you've been single a long time, this could be something new on the horizon. If you are in a relationship where, you know, it just hasn't been moving for a while and it feels very stagnant, that could be some movement that's coming forward. If you're hoping to reconcile with someone you're in separation, and as well, this is all about, you know, something coming up on the horizon. And look at this. This is the energy of the other person or, you know, prospective partner that may be coming forward, and they have the World card. The World and the Wheel of Fortune, let me tell you guys, this is a very similar energy. Okay, so, you know, we've got both of these representing all the fixed modality signs. And on the World, you actually see the symbols, right? We see, you know, Leo the lion, Taurus the bull, the symbol of spirit, you know, the water bear, Aquarius, and we see the eagle, which is Scorpio. The eagle is also one of your animals in your representation. So to me, both of these, it's like you're moving forward and there's some kind of completion, some kind of major cycle that is coming full circle from either your partner or prospective partner, but both of you are kind of on that wheel where both of you really want to complete something new, something good. It's like, let's, you know, for those that are reconciling, you might literally have that feeling of let, you know, the past be in the past, let the bygones be bygones. You could be forgiving some big things with each other. You know, if you're choosing to leave a relationship that's just not working for you, that yet again, that is another kind of closure, and you moving forward to something better. So there's a lot of ways that you can read this. Just take it as it resonates to your current situation. But that is a powerful connection bringing through, you know, the wheel and the world, because those both have that full circle and movement forward momentum. So let's get into the tarot. I'm going to be using the Tarot of Dreams to do the rest of this major spread. I'm going to start with your feelings about this relationship or prospective relationships that may be coming in the future to see where you are at right now, Scorpio. Yes, very strong. Okay, so Scorpio, you definitely feel that you have the higher ground here, no matter where you're at in your love life. That Seven of Wands is very strong. You're sitting up on your top and you're, you know, fighting off anybody that's really going to challenge, you know, your moral or ethical center. Your heart is very strong with this. You're very convinced of what it is that you want and need. And then on top of that, we have our Six of Swords. So to me, this is all about moving through the troubled waters to the quiet, still place. Very interesting that that keyword was stillness, because that makes me think of this card too. And interestingly enough, look at that, the Aquarius symbol. The star card is Aquarius energy. The stillness reminds me of the star. And then we have the Six of Swords, which has the Aquarius energy as well. So to me, this is leaving behind the troubles, the pain, the stress, and really wanting to desire to go into a place of stillness, a place of serenity, and just being in a better, calmer place. It's like, Scorpio, you are that water sign, and you really want those still waters, and we know that with you the still waters run deep. So absolutely, you want the calm, you want the peace. So now we're going to pull for the other person. We're going to look and see what they are thinking about this relationship, or what the person that is maybe on your horizon could be thinking about relationships, what they are looking for. All right, so Scorpio, you may be dealing with somebody that's really going through some hard times right now. They might be really in a position of, I don't know if I'd really call it distress, but definitely stress, definitely a feeling of having to go through some things where they're either sacrificing a lot, working very hard for other people, kind of going through a little bit of a trial by fire. They may be in a difficult position. This could even be someone that is, for some of you, obviously not all of you, but you know, you might have connected with them and they are, you know, in the process already of, you know, leaving a bad marriage or a difficult relationship that has been very painful for them, and they're sort of like not completely done with that process and not completely out of it and ready to start their new life yet. So this is also, you know, Neptune energy, Pisces energy. That's why it has that sense of sacrifice and spirituality about it. You know, but it does indicate that, you know, that process doesn't last forever. And it will be worth it when they get out of it. And then, you know, once that's done, look at that, Knight of Wands. It's like they want to come in fast and furious here. So, you know, Scorpio, just be, I wouldn't say cautious, but just be discerning. Sometimes that Knight of Wands can be somebody that's really just, you know, here for a moment and then gone the next day, right? So just make sure that they're, you know, solid, stable, that they're really willing to fight for you and be there for you, because that's very important in this process. But there's a lot of passion either way that they will be coming forward with. So let's see what the pros are. Let's check out what's the positives, what's drawing you together, or what it is that is a mutual attraction here. Well, Scorpio, we know that you love the storm sometimes, and there's that Tower card. So I think what is actually attracting you right now, either to your current partner or to a potential partner, is that both of you have really been through the trials and tribulations. You've been through those tough Tower moments. You know, to me, the Tower is never really like a bad thing. It can feel very chaotic and upsetting though, and disruptive, because it is really the hand of the divine coming through and clearing the way. So both of you, you know, Scorpio, we know that you go through this in life because you are a sign of death and rebirth and regeneration. So you've definitely gone through some emotional and spiritual deaths and rebirths. And you may have just been going through one yourself, and the person that you're talking to is like, you go, wow, you guys have both been through some of these things together, even if you weren't together at the time. So that could be something that really brings you together. And there is this sense of renewal and rebirth with that Page of Wands. To me, the Page of Wands is very beautiful, springtime kind of energy. It's very fresh, it's very new. Could sometimes point to somebody being younger than you, could be an age difference, or they just could be a little bit more immature, which would sort of line up with that Knight of Wands a little bit. Just saying, guys, could be a fire sign coming towards you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or they might just kind of have that fiery quality about them, creative, optimistic, dramatic, bold, all of that kind of stuff. So let's see what the challenges are. Let's see what these blockages could be. Anything that you guys got to work through, let's ask and see what comes up there. Ooh, yeah. So both of you, in a lot of ways, might have some things that you're holding on to from the past. The Four of Coins is kind of holding on, you know, to something. Sometimes it's holding on, you know, really like to each other. You know, it's like you don't want to let go of each other. You want to make sure that you have a successful, you know, relationship and connection. In that case, it's not so bad. But sometimes this can also lead to a blocked heart chakra, blocked communication, you know, being so afraid to reveal what's going on inside yourself because you don't want to rock the boat. So that's where it can get kind of difficult. So that's sort of a blockage, is to make sure that you're being very upfront, that you're not holding back, you know, your communication or your love because you're scared of getting hurt or losing your sense of security. Knight of Swords also tells me that one or two, both of you might be going through, you know, a good bit of stress, a good bit of mental anxiety. For my single Scorpios out there, you know, that is something that you could be going through right now, is a feeling of like just trying to get through things day by day, concerned about financial security, and this could definitely be giving you some anxieties that you've got to work through. So let's see the best approach. What is the best way to handle this or come at these situations and work through all this? Okay, guys, so we have that Temperance card. So to me, this is definitely an energy of needing to learn and grow. This is Sagittarius energy, so this is traveling, this is education, this is knowledge and awareness. And there is that element of balance to me always about the Temperance card, because tempering, you know, to have a good temper is to balance. And also tempering is, you know, an old term for like tempering steel to create more flexibility. So yes, flexibility is important. But really what I feel is if you're single, it's like you're really learning and growing within yourself as an individual. If you're with a partner or, you know, trying to reconcile a separation, this is really yet again about learning from them and letting them learn from you. And if you're in a situation where you've totally walked away from something, this is about learning and growing and expanding your worldview as you go into a whole new life, you know, exploring your options. So Five of Swords comes up on top of that. So some of you definitely choosing either to stand up and fight for this connection or to let go of it and walk away and continue your journey as a solo Scorpion for a little bit. So that's definitely the approach. Let's go ahead and get an outcome potential on this. Ooh, nice. Okay, so Scorpio, you have the Nine of Cups as your potential outcome, which is wish fulfillment, you know, extra prosperity, contentment, you know, something coming full circle, something very positive happening. And on top of that, we have the Eight of Cups. So Scorpio, you could be definitely choosing to walk away from something that is not making you happy or fulfilling your needs anymore. And if this is a relationship that you do want to work out, it's time to let go of some old baggage, time to forgive, time to clear the deck, just like we said at the beginning. Let's see on the bottom of the deck, Two of Cups, very strong, Scorpio. You could definitely be dealing with a soulmate here, you know, soul connection, either currently or coming in with that on the bottom of the deck. So let's see what the romance angels have for you on this spread. I'm going to pull 3 from there. We're going to ask the angels, we're going to ask, you know, all benevolent spirits of love and relationship harmony to come through with messages from them, and maybe to as well get a little bit of a message from the person you may be interested in. Ooh, yes. Okay, so Scorpio, for I think not just my ones that are ready to walk away from something, but also just any situation you're in, there is this energy of freeing yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So if you have found yourself in a position where you've just given, and there hasn't been much balance or reciprocity, it's really time to invest in yourself very, very strongly. For those Scorpios who are ready to walk away from something and you know that you're done, then there you go. It is time to take back your life. It's time to truly be yourself entirely. Then you go into the next card, which is paying attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. So, just pay attention to anything that, sort of stands out. Don't let it go by. It doesn't mean that it's just a deal breaker for a new relationship that could be coming in. This is especially pertinent for my single or dating Scorpios out there. It's like, this is really just saying, don't let it go without talking about it, because right now we are so much in a time of communication and relationship that you should definitely talk about anything. They kind of go, you said something that I'm kind of concerned about, just bring it to the attention. So here we go with the unrequited love. So for some of you, you'll definitely be feeling that there's somebody coming back from the past, somebody that you really want to talk to, that you may be looking for a reconciliation. For some of you, the message on this is there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So, it could be also that situation where one of you likes the other more than, it's not a balanced, harmonious connection. So if that's the case, Scorpio, if you are out there dating, I feel like a lot of these messages are for my single out there. These three definitely feel like they're coming in for my single Scorpios and my Scorpios that are currently dating. These are really feeling strong for you. So it's like, if you meet somebody, pay attention to those red flags. Don't keep going if it feels super negative or scary. And also, if somebody's just, really after you a lot more than you're after them, or vice versa, it's like, let that go and find something that's more harmonious. Absolutely. All right, so Scorpio, let us go ahead and pull a affirmation for you from the Making Magic deck and see what's coming up for your last bit of advice here. Yes. Power symbol. There it is. Very powerful guardianship of yourself. So cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body, because when you attend to the physical, the spiritual, emotional, psychological follow quickly behind, Scorpio, and you are, I will tell you, the most powerful sign of the zodiac. I know you can keep that secret. Even though you're not the oldest sign, you are the most powerful, because you hold the strongest potentials and challenges of human nature in your persona. So yes, you are the most powerful, and take good care of yourself. Take good care and use that power wisely, Scorpio. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you guys, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.